So building relationship is key. You've joined the company now. You've been in the organization for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. You start to get to know each other, and you left a really good impression. You were really dressed. You shook hands. You remember people's names, and you start building that kind of rapport with the team members. So now you want to build that even to the next level. So you want to build relationships with your colleagues, with your manager, and other departments. And that's the key. You need to understand, how do I network with my team and other team members and other departments, and who's who. So whenever you introduce yourself to HR or security team or whichever team, you want to make sure that they know who you are. It is your name that is mentioned, and they think of you, and they remember your face. So it's important that that level is achieved, and it's not easy. A lot of people don't like to introduce themselves, don't like to be kind of social birds. And I understand. But the point is, when you're an organization and you're feeling this imposter syndrome, that am I good? Are they judging me? You need to have that confidence that you know you're doing good, because they are talking to you, they are giving you kind of feedback, and that's important. And the only way you can get feedback or get a sense of good feeling is that you have a strategy and of networking with the people, who they are, and how long they've been working with the company. Get to know them on a personal level if you can. When you have one-on-one coffee, what do you do? Do you have family, etc.? So that is important. And when you build that rapport with your colleagues, they'll start opening up to you, and people start overlooking shortfalls. So if you don't have that, people hold you accountable for small things. You didn't join the team meeting on time. You missed this point in the minutes that you took. You didn't send the right document. People start criticizing on small things because they don't know who you are. And the last thing you want is somebody who doesn't like, because when that happens, you get that person always being horrible in the meetings, or when you speak to them, you feel nervous approaching this person because they give you this cold shoulder. You want to break that cold shoulder. You want to make sure that you overcome that and say, look, I made a mistake, I apologize, and how can we make it better? And you build on that. You keep at it until that person says, yeah, it's okay, I'm sorry, I was just being silly. And sometimes people do this, and sometimes people don't change, by the way, so that you can never make everybody the way you want them. That's just people. I always talk about the technology, the process, and the people. But the process and technology can be learned and understood. People element can never be understood. You think you know people, but then you don't know people. It depends on their mood, what's happened to them, what's going on in their life. So you need to be that ahead of the game, be a social bird, have your soft skills. You need to focus on that. It's not all about technical skills, it's soft skills as well. So building relationship is part of your soft skills, and you need to be known to your team, to your manager, to the larger people in the organization, i.e. other departments. And when you are having a team meeting or team gathering or team activity, don't say, I don't want to go to that team event. You want to be at that team event, and you want to introduce yourself and get to know. Because if you start saying, no, I'm not going to be attending that team event, and you just join, you realize you will get isolated pretty quickly. So you're always going to be the one that says, yeah, I'll be there. Even though you don't like it, try to be there in the first 2 or 3 events so people get to know you. After they know you, who you are, yes, you may miss or skip one. But in the beginning, try to be at these team events so that you can build those relationships and maybe meet other people that you didn't know existed, and they happen to come to that meeting. So participate team events, and try to be a social bird so that they know who you are. Building relationship is key, because when you need somebody, it's your relationship with people that will help you. An example is, there's a critical bug or something has happened. The time is 5 o'clock. People have gone home. Somehow you were talking to a colleague who seemed to share their phone number, or you have a company phone, and you have a good understanding. You can have a quick kind of message to each other to get an idea. You can call somebody because they know who you are. This is where this relationship comes into play, because you made that bridge with that person or that department, and you can call them. And it's not always emergency. It's just good to know. So it's important that you build the relationship with the team as soon as you start. So keep watching these series of videos on overcoming nervousness and gaining confidence on the new job. The next video I'll be talking about is setting realistic goals. You want to make sure that, it's very easy to say, yeah, I can do that in such a short time, when you know it's not possible, or the team thinks, wow, this is crazy, this is very aggressive timeline. So in the next video, I'll be talking about how to set realistic goals.